Hello, Gorehound here, and I just got back from a movie. Well, let me just explain this for a second. I just got back from a screening of Dead Sushi. Now, if you don't know what Dead Sushi is, well, it's a new film by the same guy who made Machine Girl, Tokyo Gore Police, Frankenstein Girl versus no Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl, and Mutant Girl Squad. Now, where I saw this, well, the Toronto After Dark Film Festival. And let me just say, this film festival kicks all ass. It's by far one of the funniest experiences I had at a theater for a very, very long time. I mean, there's a bunch of movies on here that I probably will never see because I honestly don't have the time to. I just made the time to see Dead Sushi because I knew what I was getting into, and it exceeded my expectations and more. I will fill you in on that one. Alright. Enough about Toronto After Dark. Dead Sushi. Okay. Where to start? I honestly have no clue. This movie is it's phenomenal. It's by any means it's not by any means a good film. It's a totally, totally bad film. It's cheesy, it's campy, but that's what makes it great. Every one of these guys' movies is comedic gold, and he practically knows it. He fills it everything up with the camp value up to 10. Like, I honestly don't even want to spoil anything from here because too much. I have seen enough. I've practically like lost my voice in the movie theater on the way back to my house because I was laughing so hard, rooting everything on. It was it was unbelievable fun. I have to say. Well, okay, the plot. The plot is basically about a girl who is who's the daughter of a very prestigious sushi chef. So, what the sushi chef does is he trained her to become more manly. And when she couldn't take enough of his crap, she ran away. And she works at this inn. And here at the inn, we realize that there is a local businessman who think they know everything about shrimp. No, and not shrimp, sushi. They think they know everything about sushi. So she comes in as this bumbling waitress, and at the same time, some guy comes in and he wants to take revenge on these guys for basically screwing him over from a past experience. I won't spoil what, but I will say this: it involves reanimation of dead objects and sushi. Now, what did I think of it? Well, I pretty much summed it up for the first minute. It is a blast. A lot of funny moments, great funny moments. I mean, this probably is probably one of the most comedic of his films that I have seen that have gotten a Western release. I have on DVD anyway. But I think that this he did a really fine job. He didn't come to the festival. He didn't introduce the festival, unfortunately, but there was two people who did. Let me see. I can't remember their names. They're in the pamphlet. Hold on, let me see here. They did a film there. I didn't see it. I believe it was called what was it? Resolution. There we go. So the two people who did that was Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. Well, they introduced the film because, fortunately, the filmmaker who made these films, whose name I can't pronounce, let's see, let's give it a shot. Noboru Iguchi. I'm probably butchering it, but no, I'm a big fan of his work. But okay, So he wasn't able to attend, unfortunately, and basically they had an opening act where they drank beer and kicked a can across the stage, which was really funny and he set the mood for a very entertaining film. Then there was a short film, which again, it was called this film. I can remember its name. It's called Sandwich Crazy, but I forgot the director's name. Director is right. Aha. Mike Dow's Bouchette. Again, I might be butchering it. Sorry, but that film, short 8-minute film, phenomenal. It was great. It was edited by Jason Eisner, who made Hobo with a Shotgun, a film that I love. Me and my friends love it. Um, yeah, it was one of those films whereas we watch it as a movie night, we watch it on demand, and we absolutely loved it. It was a blast. The Burn Baby Burn, Disco Inferno, flamethrower scene pretty much stole everything for us. It was great. Anyway, back to Dead Sushi. Oh my god. I can tell you multiple things that happens in this film, and you probably won't believe me. It's that batshit insane. I cannot express into words how funny this film is. Well, first of all, you have to have the right mindset. You have to like campy stuff. You have to like everything. You have to like very, very low tech films like Sam Raimi's Evil Dead or Peter Jackson's Dead Alive or Brain Dead, depending on your preference or where you're from. But again, depends on the films you like. So here I am talking to you about this film, this Japanese J splatter film, and it's about sushi. You know what? I might as well gonna. I was not gonna do any spoilers, but I might as well because anyway. So I'll just add a annotation here, right about here. It says spoilers. So if you want to continue, by all means continue. But I warn you before right now. Spoiler heavy from what's the timer here? 7 minutes. Let's go at the 7:50 mark. We'll continue with spoilers. All right. All right. All right. Warnings up. So now spoilers. Now the gore in this film, my God, is ever cheesier than ever. All right, since you're dealing with Killer Sushi, reanimated by a serum by this guy who made a pharmaceutical company essentially. Well, it's not really explained, but it's just very cheesy the way the film is presented anyway. Anyway, it's very, very cheesy. So he has this serum that reanimates dead cells, and if you're bitten, you get turned into whatever the hell that thing is. So essentially, there's like a giant deer that he was experimenting on during a flashback. So he like it tries to bite him. It's a zombie essentially. So how he kills it, I have no idea. But he said that the experiment was successful. So who are we to blame? Who are we to criticize him or let alone doubt him? Since we're talking about a film that is about killer sushi. So now let's take a look. All right, let me try to remember stuff. All right, crazy moments. There was a moment in the film where the guy, the main guy who is out for revenge and shit, he gets into a bitch fit with this couple who are dating, and they're kissing and making out, and he's just chilling out eating sushi, and the guys are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And basically this chick comes in and says, "Well," then they come in like, "This guy's a perv." And look, he has a bowl and everything. He's eating sushi right here. He's very well prepared. Oddly enough, in fact. So, what do they do? Kick him, beat the living shit out of him, and then out of, out of fucking nowhere, where you think this is pretty much sane. What I describe right now is pretty tame, but it just goes into batshit insane afterwards. He takes a squid out of his coat pocket and throws it, decapitating the girl. Her head flies across the screen to the guy, lands on his mouth. They start French kissing. You see all the tongue and everything. Yeah. And then the squid comes back again, turns itself into a spear, in the shape of a spear anyway, goes through the back of the dead captured girl's head, comes out of her mouth, goes through the guy's mouth, and out of the guy's head. That's the first kill in the movie. If that doesn't sound fantastical or enough camp enough for you, then probably this movie is not for you. I am absolutely. And believe it or not, that gets topped. How that's even possible, I don't even know. There is a sushi battleship. Battleship consisting of sushi. Sushi becomes a main character. Egg Sushi. Egg Sushi becomes a main character named Eggy, and he's given a voice. He interacts with the main character, and he spews out acid. And believe it or not, you actually care for this thing. You care for a little piece of Egg Sushi, and he gets beaten and bloodied. How? It's rice and egg. How does it produce blood, let alone acid? Blood, as it said in the movie, it said one brilliant line in the movie where it said there was one part where there's two sushi fucking on a tree, and basically as they like come or something, they it pretty much like blossoms into a sea of sushi, flying sushi, and the one of the guys in the inn, but they're trying to survive all this is like, you know, we passed the point where nothing makes sense anymore. I laughed. The theater erupted with laughter with that because, first of all, you just saw two sushis fucking, and two, that line pretty much summed up what everybody was thinking up to that point. Because prior to that point, we saw a guy eat sushi filled with the serum directly, and he himself turned into tuna. Not by like his head turned into a fish. Thus became tuna. Makes sense to me. What else? Sushi with razor blades coming into this guy's mouth, cuts off his tongue. Other sushi eats his tongue. There's also a fight scene that involves, I don't know, these spontaneous fight scene that involves like people beating each other up and some guy's naked trying to strung together his robe because he doesn't want to reveal his sack or his balls. So he's like being spun around like, oh, don't move me. Ah. Oh my god. So ridiculous. But again, campy. As brilliant as it is, it's very, very campy, and I enjoy camp. I'm one that enjoys camp and cheesy gore because what do you think I'm going to be doing? I want to be I aspire to become to produce this caliber of crazy on camera, and I'm learning from the guy. I'm learning from the masters for watching this thing. Because back in the day, it was Sam Raimi and Peter Jackson, those guys, and now we're making some waves. We're making some progress with the new wave stuff. The Japanese have a lot to say about camp splatter, the camp splatter genre, whatever. And I think that it's I think it's really relevant in the realm of horror. I mean, it's a new, very avant-garde type of horror, if you can call it horror. I wouldn't even call it horror. It's fucking comedy. What are you talking about? But man, what can I say? Sushi attacking people, and prior to that, you had a guy in the short film anyway. You had a guy selling his soul to Satan for a microwave to produce his sandwiches that turns people into zombies, and he can see vegetables and he can talk to them they're puppets. They talk to him, and and when he takes them apart, they bleed. So yeah, Satanic Microwave. If you ever see that film, Sandwich Crazy, by all means look it up. If it's at a film festival near you, watch it. It's fucking great. It's the perfect opener for a film like this. Um, this is probably my first Toronto After Dark Film Festival and screening, and it won't be the last. It will be. There will be more. I will. There's one film I actually wanted to try to see in there. It's called A Fantastic Fear of Everything with Simon Pegg. I want to look at this mainly because all the pre-credit stuff, not the pre-credit stuff, all the pre-release stuff I've heard for it are basically shitting on this thing and downright either calling it terrible. People say they like it or they don't like it, and I want to form my own opinion on it. And it's a Toronto premiere. I want to see this shit. I don't know how I'm going to watch it. But I will try to find a way, and I'll upload my thoughts like this directly. And right now, you're noticing this is 16 minutes. Well, that's because today I have been granted permission to upload videos over 15 minutes, which means any Bobette Slaughter scenario, no more two-parter crap, which I am thankful for. My God, it's just so much more work for me just to put this thing out into two parts because I have to find a good place to cut, and I hated that, but problem solved. And anyway, if Dead Sushi's playing in your area, by all means, check it out. It is worth the price of admission alone to see Dead Sushi flying sushi kill people, and it's unbelievably campy. It's it's something else. But just a word of advice: if you want to get into this type of films, you should probably watch his earlier works, like Mutant Girl Squad, Machine Girl. What else? Um, Tokyo Gore Police, Vampire Girl vs. Frankenstein Girl, Robo Geisha. There's a new one he released called Zombie Ass, Toilet of the Dead, which I haven't seen yet because it hasn't gotten a Western release yet, so I'm waiting on that one. Um, and Dead Sushi. Well, yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts about it, but like, my God, this movie made me care about an a egg sushi, little egg roll sushi. This film made me care about egg roll sushi that spews out acid. And I thought Rubber was batshit insane. And believe it or not, the same guys who made Rubber made a new movie called Wrong, and it's premiering tomorrow. I'm recording this at 1 a.m., so I'm not sure if I can go see it. Anyway, I apologize for the quality because I'm recording straight from the webcam. I mean, I could record off my original camera, but again, that takes up too much time, and I'm ridiculously tired right now because I traveled far to see this movie, and it was worth it. Worth the $14 price of admission, worth every penny I spent getting there and back. I had a blast. I lost my voice laughing so hard. It also was a very big crowd pleaser because in the crowd they wanted the guys who made Resolution. They said just as for shits and giggles because they were taping the entire event just to say two words that the guy knew how to knew he can understand. Basically, it was sushi and danger, where everything was. You see sushi every time in the movie. Basically, every time you see sushi, you say sushi. If you see someone in danger, you yell danger, and that became a running gag throughout the crowd, and that was very, very, very funny. That's another reason why I lost my voice at the theater. My God. Anyway, I've been rambling on for about 20 minutes, which is just about as long as my regular reviews go. But I just wanted to put out my thoughts on Dead Sushi. I think it's a very, I think it's one of his funnier films. I mean, it's one of the most random. I mean, there was one of the biggest what the fuck moments happened in the movie was a flamethrower sushi. Like roast sushi literally became roast sushi because it spewed flames in the guy's face. I don't ask me how it works. A guy eats it, his head explodes. Again, comedy. And there's rice zombies that spew rice out of their mouths, vomiting, and egg yolk swapping. That's just gross, but again, entertaining. Anyway, if you don't know about this movie, check out the trailer on YouTube. Search up Dead Sushi, and you should get immediately results for it. And if it's in a film festival near you, by all means, go watch it. You won't regret it. A lot of people liked it in the film festival. We voted on it. We had a little bill voted on it on for best movie for the lineup, and I voted for Dead Sushi. Pure out of 5 out of 5. I love it. A lot of my friends love it. Well, my friend who saw it with me loved it. They made us care for and basically talking food. And whenever a movie does that, something has that kind of an impact on you. Where if you root for food, living food, well, essentially it's like the underdog, really. Try to root for the underdog. Well, anyway, I don't even know if you actually guys are gonna watch this thing. It's like 20 fucking minutes long. Seriously, Jesus Christ, I'm rambling on. Anyway, Dead Sushi. If you are interested, by all means, watch it. You won't be disappointed. If you are disappointed, leave in the comment section why, because I would love to start a discussion on this. Because this guy's films are batshit insane, and he tops every single film he's done thus far. Anyway, this is Gorehound ABB signing out, and I will try to see a Fantastic Fear of everything. I make no promises, but I will try. Till next time.